Okay, bro, I'm not gonna waste your time. Your YouTube addiction is ruining your life as a teen right now. And if you don't learn the stuff that I'm about to tell you in this video, then you're gonna look back in a few years and regret it so much. And bro, I get it. You hate it when your parents and like the other adults in your life keep on telling you about how you're wasting your time on technology. But if you just give me a few minutes, I'm gonna tell you exactly why your addiction is ruining your life and keeping you stuck as a teen, as well as how to actually use YouTube in a way that actually fuels you towards your goals. I've learned in the past few years there actually is a way to use YouTube in a good way. It's just that you're using it in a really mindless, brain dead way that we want to stop right now. But if you just give me a few minutes, you'll learn all of this right now. And to start off this video, I'm gonna give you a quick story. It's the middle of the COVID lockdown, and my usual morning routine is wake up at like 11 a.m., like a super late time, and without even brushing my teeth or anything, I go to the corner of my room, grab my iPad, and just start scrolling immediately. I had my iPad charger right next to my bed so I could just plug it in and watch for pretty much the entire day. Even when I was doing things like playing video games, as that was like my default state of living at that time. And I remember this really vividly. One day, it was like the middle of the afternoon. I'd already watched YouTube for like 7 hours at that point. And then my dad walks into the room. He's pissed off, and to prove his point, he literally snatches the iPad away and goes onto that screen time page on the iPad settings thing. As he's doing this, he holds the screen out to me and it shows that my average watch time at that point was like 10 hours a day. And you might think like, wait, 10 hours a day, that's not even that big of a deal. But I swear, in that moment, I just realized how messed up this was. I was using YouTube for like 10 hours a day and it wasn't even that fun at that point. But no matter how much I knew that this was a bad thing for me, I didn't actually know why I was using YouTube in the first place. Because again, I sort of knew it was a bad thing. I knew that I should probably study more or do these other things, but I never actually knew the root cause to this addiction, which I'm about to tell you right now. The reason that you use YouTube so much nowadays is because it's your form of escaping from the fact that you don't really like yourself. And I know this sounds kind of weird, like, wait, some 14-year-old kid's telling me that I don't like myself, what the hell? But just hear me out, bro. When I was addicted to things like YouTube video games, it was all because I just wanted to escape from the fact that I didn't like myself, because at the time I was kind of a loser. I was this really fat kid, I was sort of shy and I didn't really talk to anybody. But when I had things like video games, when I had YouTube, it gave me this sense of pleasure that I didn't get anywhere else in life. And because you like that feeling that YouTube gives you, watching YouTube is just your baseline activity. Like, it feels weird when you're not watching YouTube. And because YouTube is literally like your baseline activity, what's gonna happen is that you're not gonna feel that same motivation, that same drive to accomplish things in real life. Because the way YouTube is engineered is that it's been made to become as addicting as possible, right? You're constantly getting new information. You're constantly getting hooked in by these carefully crafted thumbnails and titles that these other YouTubers use to hijack your attention. And because you're using YouTube so much, you've sort of rewired your mind to expect this much pleasure from the things that you do, because you're always consuming this highly stimulating stuff like YouTube and TikTok. Like, I remember this story that you might relate to, right? It was like the end of the day, it was like 5 p.m. and I'd been watching YouTube for pretty much the entire day because it was a weekend. And randomly, like out of nowhere, I had this unexpected thought, like, okay, I should study today. I think it's actually a good day to study, and if I do it, I'll actually feel proud of myself. But even though I knew that I should study and that it's a good habit, I didn't have any motivation to do it. And the reason for that was because my brain was literally wired to look for things that gave me this amount of pleasure. Studying only gives you this amount. It's actually pretty low, right? And so the main point I want to get across to you, bro, is that if you want to accomplish things in real life, if you want to actually start making progress, you're gonna have to get rid of this addiction. I know it's gonna suck because it's been a part of your life for years at this point. Because again, bro, you're not like everybody else right now. If you're on a video literally talking about how to quit this addiction, then you're not like the average teen right now. You actually want to improve your life. It's just that you don't have the motivation to do it. And I relate to you so much. But the only way that you're gonna get that motivation back, the only way you make life enjoyable again, is when you quit this hyper-stimulated state of just watching YouTube 24/7. Because you don't understand how much of an opportunity you have right now. Most other teens right now are just like you, filling their mind with content that they're gonna forget about in a few days anyways. They're falling for the trap that these corporations have set out for them. But just think about it for a second. Logically, if you quit this addiction that you know is bad for you, and if you reject being this mediocre lab rat and fueling this YouTube addiction, you don't realize how much farther you're gonna end up than everybody else. And I am living proof of this. As soon as I quit my YouTube addiction, suddenly I had all this time where I could invest into myself, improving my fitness, improving my life as a whole. And if you're committed to getting rid of this addiction, then just hang on for a little bit more, because now I'm going to tell you exactly how I started using YouTube and getting control over myself in this addiction. And the first step that you need to do is you need to start using YouTube consciously. And what that means is that right now, you're probably using YouTube in a very mindless way, right? You know, whenever you feel like YouTube, you just click Y and enter on your laptop, and you just just start scrolling for hours every single day. But if you can learn how to use YouTube in a conscious way where you're looking for videos that can actually help you, then what happens is that you're gonna start using it in a more responsible way that helps you. You're gonna start watching videos like this one where I'm just giving you advice and improving your life. And the reason why I'm telling you to stop mindlessly scrolling is because this entire website is just made to suck your attention away. Of course, there are good videos on here, but the reality is that 90% of the BS out there on YouTube is made to just siphon your attention so that you watch them ads and make the platform and the YouTuber money. Well, it's like a conveyor belt that's just feeding you more pleasure so you never get off. And so the second piece of advice that I'm going to give you here, which you're not going to like, but you just need to listen, is we need to actually replace YouTube now with a quality alternative that actually improves your life even more. We need to create an almost new basic attack for your life. Right now, your sort of baseline activity, your basic attack is watching YouTube. What we need to do is we need to find a quality way to use your time and replace YouTube. Because if you just try to quit YouTube, you suddenly have this 10-hour block with nothing to do. And so you just go back to watching YouTube after a few hours. And the thing that I replaced YouTube with was just building a reading habit. And I know that sounds kind of boring because, oh, it's just reading, whatever. But again, all of the stuff on YouTube is pretty much just BS to siphon away your attention. Even the bigger self-improvement YouTubers literally just make videos to get views and money. They're not doing it to help you out like I'm doing here. But here's the thing, bro. Let me just show you right here. I have this bookshelf, right? There are literally books on how to improve your social skills. There are books on how to improve your habits. There's books on literally everything to improve your life and get you to where you want to be. And so you don't understand how much of an ROI boost you get from reading, because the reason that I became a straight A student and the reason that I lost all that weight is because I read books on things like habits, on social skills, on being consistent, on being a top performer. And you don't understand how much of an opportunity you're missing out on if you don't develop this habit right now. It's almost like the book is giving you game sense to improve in real life. And this is so powerful. But let me just give you an analogy. Your mind is almost like your body as well. If you eat a bunch of shit food, what's gonna happen is that your body is gonna feel like shit. You're not gonna have that energy to move. You're gonna be more fat. And when you consume BS on YouTube, it's almost like you're eating junk food for your mind. But when you start consuming stuff that's good for you, it starts improving your life in ways you wouldn't even imagine, because now your life is just gonna get better. If you don't know where to start with reading, I'd recommend a really specific book called Atomic Habits right here. This book has probably had the biggest impact on my life, and I have a full guide on my video of just dissecting all the principles in this book to improve your life. So if you want, you can just watch that after this video. And so that's the entire process that I took to stop wasting my time on YouTube for 10 hours a day. Just start using it consciously instead of mindlessly scrolling. And the second part is just replace YouTube with a better habit such as reading, so that you can update your mind with better content and consume better stuff so that your life improves. And so yeah, bro, that's all I have for this video. If you follow all the steps that I give you in this video, I guarantee that in a few weeks, your YouTube addiction will be gone. If you don't know me, by the way, my name's Atharv, and I help teens that are struggling with their addictions to quit them and start living life again and making progress again. And so if you want more videos just like this, go down and subscribe. You will not regret it. As always, bro, my name's Atharv. See you soon.